Hi everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day. So this is a clip from a previously recorded video. This is a much shorter clip of it. But as always, not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. And I'm invested in closing companies. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. And let's get into the clip. Digihost here provides April 2023 production updates. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So monthly production highlights for April 2023, mined approximately 75 BTC, but that is a combination. And here's what the details are of it. So of the 75 BTC mined, approximately 61 were self-mined, with the remainder under JV hosting partnerships. I got to look into this JV hosting partnerships. I'm not sure if they're getting more than 50% or 51. If it's under 50%, I believe that goes in as an asset category. If it's over 50 or 51%, that goes in as a revenue category, I believe. So I have to look into that one. Right now, I'm just keeping track of their self-mining, not the JV hosting partnerships that they are in. Okay, production of BTC mined is expected to continue to ramp up in Q2 as the company completes the infrastructure set up at its recently acquired site. And infrastructure installation has been completed at the company's other two sites, so that's good news there. And let's see here. Consistent with management ongoing commitment to avoid equity dilution for its shareholders, the company has continued to monetize a portion of its BTC production to fully fund its energy costs, which is good. And operation update. As a result of the company's recent site acquisition in Q1, Digihost consolidated operating capacity across its three sites has increased to approximately 100 megawatts, representing approximately 2 exahash of computing power, which is good. So they can get to 2. They're about 1 exahash right now. The company projects the total capacity will be fully deployed by the end of Q2 2023. So that's really good. I mean, we're already in the second month of Q2 now. So we only have really 2 months here before they can get to possibly 2 exahash, which would be nice to see. And the plan will continue flexible operations to ensure that 24/7 dispatchable electrical supply is made available to upstate New York area residents, businesses, and industry to mitigate impacts of power interruptions. So that's also good news there. Okay, so let's take a look at the numbers that we do have for them. We'll go through it all. And here's Digihost right now. So Digihost is about 25.5 million shares outstanding. Stock price is $1.69. Market cap is at 43.2 million right now. Current hash rate, as they reported, was 913 petahash, or pretty close to that, right around 900 petahash or something like that. I believe they reported, what did they report? I think they reported here 900 petahash. So I'm a little bit higher than that. I'm at 913, but close enough. Future hash rate is going to be about 1.1 exahash. They're supposed to get to 2. We don't have any news on miners being purchased, so when that does come out, we'll update this as well, but they're saying they can get to 2 exahash as it is. So currently they have about 231 exahash left to install, but if you include the getting to 2,000, that would be another basically 1,000 on top of that. So 1,231 potentially to get there. And you can see their BTC production here as it is. It has increased here nicely in April from March, which is always good to see. They have been coming down ever since January, which wasn't good to see, but they did pick up a little bit. Their hash rate grew as well. So they increased BTC production by 5. And you can see here that their BTC value that they currently hodl is only 1.24% of their market cap, and the rest is their hash rate, I guess you could say. Hash rate left, we already talked about this. BTC hodl is 19. BTC sold for the month was 54, and they mined 61 BTC, so that's all there. Now, BTC efficiency is come down a little bit here to 66.81, but we're seeing that because of the network hash rate increasing, and I expect to see this for the other miners as well. We'll see what the new norm is around. Right now in March, the norm was around mid 80s to higher 80s was the norm for the miners, and that were really efficient. So this is definitely down from that, and we'll see where they end up at. BTC hodl we talked about has increased here a little bit to 19, so up 6 from March, but it's way down here from their main numbers at 638. They came down all the way to 111 in January, and then down some more here in February, March, and April. You can see how much they sold BTC in the months. So 417, 137, 127, 70, 117, 81, 44, 65, 157, 56, and 54. And hopefully we'll kind of maintain this right around the 50, 60 mark, somewhere around there, which would be good to find to fund operations and things like that. Okay, hash rate and revenue. So hash rate has grown nicely here in April, 900 petahash. They said I got them at 913. That's about a 160 petahash growth for them, which is good to see. Their monthly BTC mined revenue has also increased to 1.76 million here from 1.4 in March, and that's always good to see that that is growing as well. And then their BTC sold value, they sold about 1.56 million in April as well. And then the last 4 quarters in revenue, we've already talked about that. You guys can take a look at it at the chart here, but we've covered those in the past. And we've covered all these over here as well. We'll take a look at a couple of things here as well, and that is on what they were actually mining for April. So the ones that got installed as far as miners, we installed, it looks like 155 of these 102 terahash miners and 1,415 roughly, give or take a little bit here, of these 102 terahash miners as well. They were operating for about 10 days, give or take a little bit here, and the rest were operating for about 30 days in the month here. So a little bit of curtailment there, but not much based on my calculations. And my calculations are just a best guess estimate right now on all these guys here. And we are using the average Bitcoin price for the month of April here, along with the network hash rate being averaged out as well from the starting point to the ending point of the month as well. Okay, so that's those information there. So currently we're looking at also their institutions and analyst ratings. We don't have any analyst ratings for them as far as buy, hold, whatever they might be. So those are all at 0. We do have institutions buying into them. Actually, none of them bought into them. In the last month, we still have 25 institutions owning them with 2.3 million shares, and that equates to about 8.12% of the shares outstanding right now. Based on all of this information, we can see that the last 3 quarters, and those are going to be, let me see here, those are going to be, yeah, we're using the last 3 quarters that are actually reported here. I could probably update this and use the current numbers. That's not going to change much, I don't think. Why don't we do that? Let's see here. We'll just update these numbers here really quick. So the last quarter, Q1, is an estimate of what they could be generating revenue, along with the current quarter that we're in. That's also an estimate right now as it is given. Right? Things may change depending where Bitcoin price goes up and down. So this is just an estimate. Do your own research as always. And then let's see, current quarter revenue. We'll update that as well. Bring that down to the current quarter that we're in, so that we're getting the most recent numbers. So here's where we're at. PE of 5, 50% net income from gross profit, or gross revenue, sorry. I'm looking at $1.89 right now. They're at $1.69. They're slightly undervalued. They have gone up quite nicely here in the last couple months, ever since they bottomed out. They're up, I think, 200, 300%, something like that. We'll take a look at the numbers that we do have here on the charts when we look at the weekly performance of the miners along with Bitcoin. But right now, it's kind of looking like they are just slightly undervalued to potentially being pretty closely valued where they should be. So they are getting, I'm using a P of 5 because they're low growth, low hash rate right now. But I think the institutions might be valuing them a little bit more here. I have they're currently at 2.24 based on that number there. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm looking at. I do think they're slightly undervalued. They need to obviously continue to grow to 2 exahash is going to be nice. I'd like to see them get to closer, maybe to 5. But overall, they've been doing a pretty good job here growing as it is. So as long as they can continue doing that and growing through the remainder of the year as well, and then into the halving event, that's definitely going to help them out after the halving event when that happens. Okay, so let me know what you guys' thoughts are on Digihost on the comments below. Love hearing from you guys there.